Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel, the number one place for people who love design, art and all things creative. I'm Jacqueline and today we're looking at neutral fall decor, specifically for people that hate colourful autumn decorations. So today I'm back with another video in my cozy autumn home series, but now I wanted to look at home decor items that I think stay outside of classic fall cliches. Cliches? Are they cliches? I don't really know what to call them, but you know what I mean. The classic, vibrant autumn decor items you see all the time that are very themed towards the season. And just to clarify, I honestly don't think that there's anything wrong with using lots of colour and classic pieces to decorate, and if that's your thing, feel free to check out this video I did where I cover all that kind of autumn decorating. However, I know that some of you just aren't fans of styling your home like that, and maybe you have a Scandinavian style or organic modern interior, and you're just simply looking for minimalist, modern, neutral fall decorating ideas. So if you're interested, let's jump in. Decorating for autumn hasn't been very popular until only recently, in the UK that is, because obviously we don't have Thanksgiving and we don't do Halloween as big as you guys in the States, which I am very jealous about, by the way. But like I've said across all of my autumn home series, autumn is my favourite season and I think it's a lot of other people's favourite season too. So in my opinion, it makes so much sense to celebrate the change in nature and the change in season within our homes. Autumn runs from late September to late December, but when it's December, we're all decorating for the holidays instead. So we really only have October and November to make our homes autumnal. Decorating for fall is all about creating a cozy home, right? But if you are the kind of person that has a modern, minimal space, you may find it challenging to give your home that warm, cozy atmosphere. The obvious tricks such as putting orange and pumpkin stuff everywhere isn't necessarily going to work in your kind of environment. But that doesn't mean that you can't achieve a snug home. With the correct items, you can 100% make over your home for fall without giving it the pumpkin fairy treatment. So let's unpick my top neutral fall decor when styling a modern home. My first subtle way to decorate for autumn is to display burgundy coloured plants in your space. In the summer, I'm assuming that you have a collection of houseplants that are luscious and green, but in the autumn, we're trying to create a sensation of warmth, right? And burgundy, maroon, garnet, whatever you want to name this colour, is the perfect way to warm things up in your home. And although this is technically a colour, it's not too saturated to the point where it will drown your space. You're simply swapping out those classic summer plants with ones that are autumnal, like eucalyptus, magnolia leaves, or a Japanese acer. Whilst we're also talking about this, think about pairing plants and flowers in a black vase to deepen the tones in your interior and add some richness to your autumnal scheme. My last point on seasonal foliage is to think about using corn husks as a decor item, in particular if you want to decorate the exterior of your home, maybe if you have a porch. This is a great way to keep things seasonal and natural. Corn husks kind of remind me of those horror films where people get lost in a maze, so this tip also helps create some level of spookiness for Halloween. You could create an extravagant arrangement on the pillars of your home. Simply place them in a plant pot or hang a wreath on your door, which is actually a very easy fall DIY that you could craft together yourself. Like I keep mentioning, the key to creating an autumn home without using lots of orange and over-decorating is to add a sense of warmth to your space. And one way to add warmth is through texture. When I think of fall, I want to feel toasty and certainly not cold. Cold textures to avoid would be shiny plastics, stainless steel metals, glass and marble, mainly things that bounce off light. because they're instantly going to make the space appear brighter rather than cozy, and also they're just harsh materials in general. So avoid those when you can, but if your home is made up with these materials, we're going to need to make it less austere and more comforting, in which case my top material would be boucle. Boucle is a heavily textured material, and for that reason it adds so much warmth to an interior. Look for boucle armchairs and cushions to transform your home for fall. Now I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that if you have a modern minimal neutral home, you've probably painted your walls in one of the following colours: a stark white, a magnolia cream tone, or a snowy grey, which are just some of the most popular neutral paint colours that people use. However, for the autumn and winter months even, I recommend repainting your walls in a richer neutral colour. You're going to want to look for hues that resemble wheat, coffee, and warm sweaters. Tan caramel shade neutrals that have golden undertones will create a seamless autumn aesthetic. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the seasonal colour analysis system when talking about fashion and appearance, but it's the same principle here. You're wanting to swap your cooler neutrals for a richer, warmer base colour instead. A deeper beige tone will act as a superb backdrop in your home. Whilst we're on the topic of paint colours and autumn shades, I know that a lot of you don't want to use bright harsh colours when decorating your home for autumn. But that doesn't mean that you can't still use colour at all. Whilst I recommend to use 80% neutral toned interior items, the last 20% can be muted colours. When I mean muted colours, I mean colours that are the opposite of vivid tones, and usually these are created by adding black or grey to a base colour, which in turn gives them a dull and desaturated appearance. So by all means, add muted colours to your space such as khaki, rust orange, wine, raisin, muted berry, steel blue, and hunter green. These low saturation shades are my top choices for colourful fall decorations. This way you can still add colour so that the space warms up and feels more autumnal without it screaming "Welcome to Halloween Town." I think that you can all agree with me that now we're inside a lot more and soon the days will become much shorter, it wouldn't feel like fall if we didn't have candles. Because heaven knows those dreary, gloomy days need to be spruced up by lighting a scented candle. But I think you can level these up by switching your white candles for black ones instead. Black accents add depth, and I love that they kind of add some spookiness to the air too. The perfect candle for spooky season. And they can be in brass candlestick holders or just large scented candles, preferably with a scent that accompanies the season like vanilla tobacco, cognac, maple and pecan, and of course sweet pumpkin. You can also veer away from that themed decor by putting jute baskets in your home. Again, this method has everything to do with texture. This adds texture to your home, but most importantly, it also adds useful storage. I particularly love these for storing thick, warming blankets, and if it's in your entryway, this is ideal for storing those big boots after coming back from a long autumnal walk. For a really easy update, you can swap your tea towels for more festive alternatives. Think tartan patterns, olive greens, striped, and because they're so small, I think it would be safe to add a teeny bit of that cider orange tone to your space here. Your interior won't exactly end up looking like this. Out of all of my top fall decorating ideas, this is by far the simplest way you can upgrade your home decor for fall. Now, when we think of autumn as a season, a lot of us associate fall with nature. That could be an autumnal landscape, trees, vineyards, orchards, or our friends in nature. And because autumn is renowned for its bold oranges and jarring yellows, how on earth can you incorporate natural elements without it feeling like a carnival? My best piece of advice here is to look for ceramic objects that depict autumn. They could be animals, pine cones, mushrooms, apples, or my favourite, acorns. What you're trying to do here is showcase fall wildlife, so it can really be anything that highlights that. A lot of times ceramics can also have a secondary function of being storage jars, in which case this is great for things like cookies, sugar, or tea storage in your kitchen. My 9th neutral fall decor pick is to choose artwork with quotes that signify the season. Now, I'm not talking about ones that look like this. And before you're like, oh my god, that's so cheesy, I promise you that you can find simple and chic prints that convey fall. If you love that modern, neutral interior design style, then you probably don't want colourful artwork. But nonetheless, I do feel that art adds interest and character to your space. Therefore, these quote art prints I think would work especially well in your home. In keeping with minimalist fall decor and also to add some autumn perfume in the air, dried seasonal fruits or potpourri would instantly add a touch of fall. It's extremely delicate and unpretentious, yet still making an impact decoratively and aromatically. Pine cones, oranges, and cinnamon form the perfect base for a fragrant house smell. What I really love about this tip is that it adds an organic feel, and in turn it will make your home more earthy. Okay, so you didn't think that I'd miss out a quintessential fall item like pumpkins, did you? And yeah, I know that pumpkins are pretty obvious, but I think they're still worth embracing as they're still the biggest signifier for fall. But let's talk modern minimal pumpkins. I love stark white pumpkins or light grey tones for a chic, effortless look. Or if you're looking for more of a modern luxury style in your home, I suggest glass blown pumpkins instead. Either way, whichever one you decide for your space, you're still going against some of those cliche orange pumpkins that we always see, and I have no doubt that these will bring the spirit of autumn into your home. What do you guys love most about the autumn season? For me, being an indoor cat, so to speak, being inside whilst it's dark outside, sitting on the sofa watching an autumn film with 10 blankets and a hot chocolate is what I love most about the season. But definitely the hot chocolate because it's my vibe. Please leave a like or emoji down below to let me know that you enjoyed the video. That really helps grow our channel. And if you love interior design, home decor, and all that creative stuff, feel free to subscribe or join us on Patreon. But for now, that's it for today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.